We are sitting in the synagogue here at Chorazin, and this is a very important place because around the Galilee area, as Yeshua went from synagogue to synagogue, from village to village, the people who heard him teach the Torah week after week, their hearts burned in them because what he was doing was stripping away the man-made doctrines and commandments, rules and regulations that religious leaders had put in place. He was stripping them away to show the heart and the purity of the Torah. And as he traveled around, many times he would rebuke the religious leaders, saying that by your doctrines and commandments, by your man-made regulations, you have made the Torah of none effect. He never once violated the Torah. He never violated the Sabbath. He may have violated some things that men had set up, but he never violated the Torah. Never once. And he always enforced the strict obedience to the Torah, not according to man-made regulations. And as he went around the synagogues, many times the religious leaders then began to be angry because he was stripping away their supposed authority and putting the authority back on the Torah, which are the commandments that came from the Almighty. And I am sitting on the seat of Moses. In these ancient synagogues, there would be a seat of Moses. And we read in the 23rd chapter of Matthew that Yeshua was at Jerusalem, and he was confronting the sages, the Pharisees, the religious leaders of his day. And in that confrontation there, he was telling his disciples, which were many, many in number, hundreds at times, sometimes thousands following him around, and he said that the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Whatsoever they say, do, but do not do after their works. So, I am now sitting in Moses' seat, so whatever I say, now you have to do. Something doesn't quite fit with that concept. And as he was stripping away their authority, their supposed authority, and taking people back to the Torah, this just doesn't really make a lot of sense as we read it in the King James Version of the Bible. When I have difficulty with something and something in my spirit says, this is not right, then I begin searching and researching to find the answers. And for the past several years, I have had a resource that has been invaluable to me. Nehemiah Gordon is a Karaite Jew. He is an editor on the Dead Sea Scrolls Publication Project, which is the official publication of the Dead Sea Scrolls. He is a researcher at Hebrew University, and he is fluent in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic. I have a little trouble understanding his English sometimes. And he is also has been instrumental for many years in reestablishing the criterion for determining the biblical calendar, which the Karaites were faithful for centuries to maintain. And when I ran into this problem, I spoke to Nehemiah about it. Now, Nehemiah is not messianic. He does not believe that Yeshua of Nazareth is the Messiah. I do. He doesn't. But he is a brilliant Bible scholar, and when I have a problem, then I turn to Nehemiah, tell him what the problem is, and on this particular situation I said, this doesn't fit. Because just a few verses later, Yeshua says, you scribes and Pharisees, you cross land and sea to make one convert, and then when you've made him, you turn him twofold more into the son of hell than yourself. You whited sepulchres. You on the outside look so nice and pretty, but you're nothing but a whitewashed tomb full of dead men's bones. This doesn't sound like he is really saying, whatever they say, do. And so, when I turned to Nehemiah and he began to work on it, then that amazing discovery was made, which I would like to have Nehemiah Gordon now speak on.